Hi everybody, and this is sort of a makeup Monday, but it's more about skincare than makeup. This is something I've wanted to do a video on for a really long time. It's my most passionate subject when it comes to skin, and it's about exfoliation. If you want your makeup to look its very best, you have to understand the art of exfoliation. How to exfoliate, why we exfoliate, over exfoliating, and all of that. So what I'm going to go over today, this is a video you'll probably want to save and rewatch down the road, but all of our products that aid in the exfoliation process of our skin, the simple act of washing your face every day and using your wash rag or your hands is a mild exfoliation, because the skin cells are designed to live about 28 days and then they're done and they shed and they need to come off. Well, some of us have a harder time than others releasing those skin cells. So what I'm going to go over with today is some better ways to exfoliate your skin so all of your fancy creams and lotions and potions work better, so your makeup just glides on and looks smooth. If you've got a line or a wrinkle, you've got little crinkles around your eyes like I do, you can have it surrounded by thick, old, dead skin, which makes them look way more exaggerated, or you can Swiffer that away, buff it away, and then the lines and wrinkles look so much less obvious. So there are a lot of reasons you want to exfoliate. For optimal skin health, for the best condition of your skin, exfoliation should be at the top of everyone's list. Exfoliation, not only does it help with lines and wrinkles, which is one of my biggest concerns, but also something I struggle with is clogged pores and blackheads. I deal with a little mild acne these days. It used to be crazy, but now these days it's just very mild. Dull, tired skin, fatigued skin, it's not glowing anymore. All of that, enlarged pores, whiteheads, blackheads, all of that can be controlled through exfoliating and understanding the right ways to exfoliate. Okay, like I said, about every 28 days our skin is going to shed on its own, but as we get older, that process really slows down. So the first thing I want to stress is don't over exfoliate your skin, which is the exfoliation I think is the most misunderstood skincare thing that we have. We all know we should do it, and either we don't do it at all or we way overdo it, and that there doesn't seem to be a whole lot in between those two areas. It's either too much or not enough. So basically keep in mind that there are three types of exfoliation. You have physical exfoliation, which generally treats the symptoms. We have some flaky skin and we think, oh, let's scrub that off. But it doesn't treat the cause, and it erodes the top of the skin, and it causes mild scratches and tears in the skin. Usually that consists of machines or things that are really gritty and harsh, and they almost hurt, and we think the more they hurt, the better it is, and so we go to town on it. It can cause very uneven skin results, and it's the worst thing for acne. If you've got acne, do not scrub. Get the scrubby pads or any of those things out in that way. There are better ways to do it. So physical is number one. Number two is chemical. Chemical exfoliation is the most versatile way to exfoliate your skin. And you can find those types of treatments in your cleanser, in your mask, in your face pills, in your toners. And it's going to be alpha hydroxy acids, beta hydroxy acids, retinols, and then your enzymatic treatments, your peels, like your enzymes, like your cucumber, your fruit, papaya, things like that. So there are different ways to chemically exfoliate our skin also. It removes skin, it hydrates the skin, it calms the skin, it helps with skin tone, over enlarged pores. The overall signs of aging, you get your best results from a chemical and an enzyme treatment, the best ways to treat the skin. So I said there are three ways. You have physical, you have chemical, and then you have enzymatic. And I kind of lumped enzymes up in with chemicals. Even though enzyme isn't a chemical like an acid treatment, it's generally acid-free and abrasion-free. But those are the three ways you want to exfoliate. Think of it as when you want to remove wallpaper from your walls. You have two ways to do that. You can pick and scrub and just buff it and try to get it off, or you can squirt it with something that will loosen that bond that holds that paper onto the wall. And by loosening that glue, then the wallpaper will eventually come off, and you need a little bit of physical maneuvering to sort of with the glue removal to get the wallpaper off. And it's the same with our skin. So something with an enzyme treatment or a chemical treatment can loosen that glue that holds that dead skin to the deeper healthy skin, and then we want to buff it away. And that's the physical part, is with your hands. Or if you have a tool that you love, the vacuum things. I know there are a lot of tools out there these days, but my hands work great as long as I've got the right treatment underneath it. So those are the 3 ways you're going to exfoliate: chemical, physical, and enzymes. So what I'm going to go over with now are the products that we offer that have these in it, and how to use those. And you may have something similar at home that you can relate to. Okay, so first, our cleansers. So believe it or not, we have 3 cleansers that actually cleanse and exfoliate your skin. So number one of the products I fell in love with when I joined this company is our Pure Radiance Platinum Cleanser. This cleanser not only smells amazing, it has peppermint, so it infuses your skin with oxygen, but it also has a little lactic acid in it. So every time you wash your face, and we have our patented proprietary blend Limitone in here, which lightens and brightens and evens the skin. Now this is a very, 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 I cannot stress how aggressive this cleanser is. One thing you've got to remember, and no one seems to remember this when they first walk out the door with this goes in your hands, and you want to wet your hands and emulsify this product. You want to make sure all the ingredients are blended together. It's potent. It's a very deep cleanser, but it's an anti-aging cleanser. It's sort of a 5-in-1 cleanser. It removes your makeup, it exfoliates, it brightens the skin, it helps with large pores, and it's an anti-aging cleanser. Again, very aggressive, but it does exfoliate. Our new City Detox, which has become wildly popular, you guys are loving this. It's like people are calling it magic fairy dust. It's this charcoal powder, and it's in a manly black package. But it has, it has charcoal, papaya. So just like our enzyme peel, there's papaya. So it's a more gentle exfoliant than what's in here, the lactic acid. So it has papaya in it. And of course it has aloe. It's a sulfate free. It lathers up beautifully. So it really lathers nicely on the skin. And it rids the pores of chemicals that attach themselves to our skin throughout the day. The charcoal acts as a filter on the skin for dirt and the pollution. So it really helps lessening the chance of, gosh, my phone is really dark, so I hope it's not dark for y'all. But it lessens the chance of clogged pores down the road. So this is a detox cleanser. You pour it in your hand, add a little water, and it just turns into this beautiful lather. I love it in the shower. The wetter it gets, the more it lathers up. So super gentle, but super, it exfoliates and super deep pore cleansing without being overly harsh and stripping the skin. And then of course our Start Clean, all of our acne products have an exfoliant in them as well. So first you wash your face and you can exfoliate. So if you're a multitasker and you don't like doing a lot of things, you can sort of kill 2 birds with 1 stone just by washing your face. Okay, let's see, did I miss anything? The platinum cleanser is also good for shaving and also good for bug bites and rashes on the skin. So if you have a rash, that's a good thing to bathe the skin in, which I had never heard, and I read that somewhere. Okay, now we get into my 2 favorite exfoliators, and that is the 5-minute facial and the enzyme peel. So the 5-minute facial is the product that rocked my world and blew my mind when I first was introduced to this company 2.5 years ago. So the 5-minute facial, pretty much everybody shows up to the party with this product. It's a high performance prestige facial that you generally are not going to find over the counter. This is something that you would have to go to a spa and pay a lot of money to have done to your skin. So this has your glycolic acid, it has your lactic acid, your salicylic, and then it has your enzymes in it, papaya, grapefruit, apple, and then it has things to calm the skin, honey, chamomile, lavender, lemon balm, of course aloe. So while it's very exfoliating, very deep, it also is very calming on the skin. And it has a bamboo powder in it. So you'll notice that this one in our new face polish contain powders versus a lot of shells and anything gritty. So you get a mild exfoliant, but it's in a powder form. So this goes on. I'm very generous with this product, and you want to leave this on a minimum of 5 minutes, and then a maximum. Not sure why this got super dark, but hope y'all can see me. But I actually leave this on about 15 to 20 minutes. So you got to listen to your skin. The longer I leave this on, the more the glycolic acid can get in there and unglue all that dead skin away, the dead skin away from the healthy skin. And then when I begin to buff it, people have been shocked when they are here and all of the skin rolls off of their face. Not everybody can tolerate it for 15 or 20 minutes. It is quite aggressive, even though it doesn't feel aggressive. There's a lot of different acids and all your enzymes in it, so it removes a lot of skin. And sometimes you might not notice that it's aggressive until 2 or 3 days later, and you're like, gosh, why do I feel so flushed? And because it's a very deep peel. So again, this is a treatment that you would have to go to a spa to enjoy, and you get to do this in the privacy of your own home. The 5-minute facial is $50. It's a great thing to try during BOGO, because I never want to be without this. I do this probably 3 to 4 times a month. Thanks Vicki for letting me know that. So I generally try to use this. I do like a Sunday night or Monday morning facial with this. So I do it about once a week, but it says on the instructions, not the ingredients, to use twice a month. My skin can handle it once a week, once every 10 days. So listen to your face. And it says to remove it with a warm rag or water. I like that skin-to-skin friction. I put this on, I'm very generous with it. I'll let it set about 20 minutes, and then I come back with my hands and I buff and lean over the sink or stand in the shower because it is messy and skin goes everywhere. That product blew my mind when I first saw this company. If you're not using it, as long as you can handle it, it will change your face. The way your makeup looks, everything. And then the next product, of course, is our enzyme peel. I would say this is probably my most used treatment because I can use this every day. I can use it 3 times a week, whatever I want to do with this. Everybody can use this. I don't care how sensitive you are. This is amazing for acne, psoriasis, eczema, cradle cap, anything like that. I did fake tan over the weekend because it was nice and warm and I wanted to wear shorts. So this went all over my shins. And I did it all over my face because I've got a few old lady spots up here and on my shins where the fake tan just wants to grab to. And so this removes that dust on our face, that layer of skin that sometimes you can see. I can always see it on my nose, but sometimes you can't see it, but it's there. So it rids the skin of the dust and the debris and the dead skin. And right now during pollen, a lot of people don't wash their face at night before they go to bed. That just blows my mind. And especially during seasons like this when you have all of this pollen and everything just landing on the skin. So you want to be sure and remove that every single night. So during pollen season, my eyes and my skin is so sensitive to it. I'm really hypersensitive. I will use a little light enzyme peel almost every night, or for sure every morning before I put my makeup on, because I feel like my makeup just doesn't look smooth. So this is sort of like Swiffering my face. But this is all enzymes. It's abrasion free, it's acid free. It has your papaya and your cucumber and your grapefruit, your lemon and pineapple. And these enzymes go to work. I know my husband has just started using our cocktail and he was peeling a little through here. And he wanted a quick fix the other day and he was picking, and I said, just do this. And he didn't want to put green goo on his face. I had to basically make him. But literally within seconds of touching, that skin just all started balling up. And he's like, oh my goodness, is this healthy? Is this normal? It kind of blew his mind. So, you want to put this on all over, leave it for 60 seconds. It's a 1-minute facial. And then just take a dry hand and just start to buff it. And at first it feels like it's doing nothing, and then it turns very liquidy, and after it's watery, then you can come back and wash it off. Just hop in the shower, whatever you want to do with it. So that's the 2 most, I'd say, the 2 peels I use the most. This is as much as I want to do it, and then this one is more a once a week, once every 10 days, or if you're super sensitive, just twice a month type of treatment. And then we have got our stick shift. This is a favorite among the teens and among the men. This is like a roll-up deodorant stick, and so you just come in and you just buff the skin with it, and it's a multiple treatment in one little cool little tube. So it is a charcoal mask. You can let it harden. You really want to be oily to do this because it will dry you out. So oily skin people love this, but it has let's see, it has charcoal, Moroccan lava clay. It's great for, it has lavender, jojoba oil in it. It's great for blackheads, large pores. So if you let it set, the charcoal really dehydrates and dries the skin, and the clay. If you've ever stuck your foot down in the clay at the lake, you step it out of a boat, it really dries your skin out. So this and our Muddy Up are really good exfoliators and masks for oilier skin types. We leave this in the shower, and my husband loves to use this in the shower because it'll slightly lather up when it's in the shower. My son loves this because he can stick it in his gym bag. He can travel with it. If he ends up not getting home at the end of the night and staying somewhere, then he's always got a stick shift with him. So it's great for the teens, for the men, and for oilier skin types. It's a great, and you can really focus on areas of concern. If your chin really bugs you, if your forehead really bugs you, you can really do it a little longer and use it as a deeper scrub. So this is a cleanser, a scrub, a mask, and it's sort of self-toning. So kind of all in one cool little stick. And then we have our newly launched in the last few months face polish. This is colloidal oatmeal, so you can put this on. You know how oatmeal is really good for, excuse me, rashes, poison oak, poison ivy. So you can put this on and leave it as a mask. It's very calming and healing to the skin. Of course, it has aloe in it and coconut shell powder. So it's got a little grit to it, but it's very mild and it's not scratchy, it's not harsh. This is a fun shower scrub because if you want a quick little, I just need to scrub really quick, I don't have time to do anything that's takes a few more minutes. This is quick, easy, fast, and just a light, gentle polish to your skin. Has vitamins A and E in it. Has grapefruit, so you get a little enzymatic action in there. Has your aloe. So a good, quick face polish for you. And then we have this one I forget about a lot, our Beauty Parfait. I use this all winter long. This is our yogurt facial. Probiotic treatments are really having a moment. The benefits of the good bacteria on the skin. So if your skin's really unbalanced and you're struggling with some skin issues, this is a good mask to try. Sometimes this winter, I would put this on and just sleep in it. It smells really yummy. It smells like yogurt. So you can put this on all over. Some days I'll just put this under my eyes and just kind of leave it because it has papaya in it. So it's a mild exfoliant. It doesn't even exfoliate as much as the enzyme peel, but it gives you a boost of hydration to the skin and those good probiotics to the skin. So that's why I sleep in it sometimes when I feel overly dried out. So it's a good thing to sleep in. It's kind of like skin, it's like a therapist for your skin. When your skin's all crazy, this is kind of like therapy. So put that on, calms the skin, it smells nice. So you can put it on, leave it on 15 minutes, rinse it off. You can do like I did and just sleep in it. I know the enzyme peel, I also put this on my feet sometimes. I'll buff it to get the skin off, then I'll put another coat and I just sleep in it because I have red, angry heels a lot. And so I get a little more exfoliation, and then all the aloe helps calm my heels down. Okay, so what a lot of people like to do is what we call a mudslide. So they'll use the Beauty Parfait, which is a super gentle exfoliant in the areas that they're dry, and because they have a crazy T-zone, they use our Muddy Up through the T-zone. I know last week my pores really looked bigger than normal, so I went and grabbed this. I cannot use this all over. This is some intense stuff. I know they joke and say sometimes a girl's got to get a little dirty to get clean. So if blackheads are really a concern of yours, large pores, this is the exfoliant mask for you. It has cucumber, echinacea, and lavender and aloe to calm because it is a really intense mask. But then it has the pascalite clay for the drying, the salicylic acid, salicylic is kind of like Drano for your pores. It gets in there and cleans out those pores. Rosemary, Great for bug bites. What I do with this is I will take this, and it looks like mud, as you can see. And last week, I would lightly put this on my chin. It smells good. You can smell the menthol or tea tree, echinacea. That's what smells so good in it. But I would lightly put this on my chin and the sides of my nose, and just right there in like a little dot, and I just slept in it. I can't use this really anywhere else because it's super strong, but I was really seeing my pores all of a sudden. Maybe it's because the pollen had started falling. And so you can use this as a spot treatment. So if you're like me, this is my same tube from 2 years ago, because I don't use it often, but I just use it if I get a zit, if I feel like my pores need a little extra Drano that day, or if I get bug bites. You can put this on a bug bite and all the echinacea and the clay, and it just draws out the venom or whatever from the bite and helps it come to the surface and go away a lot quicker. So this is really good for those of you who are super oily, who really struggle with the large pores. And now we have our 3 leave-on treatments that exfoliate the skin in a different way. Everything else is like a wash, a mask, so it's a little physical with your hands. And then, it's got the chemical or the enzyme treatment to loosen the skin. These 3 right here are something you put on and leave on to get loosening of the skin, while we go about our day overnight. So the first 2 is we have our Time Repair and our Time Restore. A lot of you got these during the beauty club. If you're not in the club, most of us have all of these because of joining the club. And that's a great way to try products that maybe you wouldn't otherwise order, because you can get them so cheap in the club. Okay, so Time Repair. Very lightweight for all skin types, from teenagers to 80. This is a great starter serum. If you're on a budget, or if you're trying to be a little more, you want the benefits of anti-aging, but maybe you can't handle retinols, or you're just trying to be more budget friendly. The Time Repair has been around, since the beginning of Aloette. Lightweight, non-irritating, and calming. It has glycolic acid and salicylic in it, so it's got, both of your acids in it. So it helps exfoliate, lighten, brighten, unclog your pores. Helps with scarring, hyperpigmentation. And if you're having just mild acne, but if you're like me, back when I was really struggling with acne, a lot of the acne products were way too intense and too drying and too harsh. So this is sort of a compromise for when you're not full-blown acne and you're kind of just there. And so this is a great treatment for the skin for that. So it's got your alpha hydroxy, your glycolic acid. You can put this on every day. You can alternate it with your cocktail, whatever. And then our Time Restore. Clinically tested. This is an herbal cocktail. It's a blend. It smooths fine lines and wrinkles. It's been a bestseller. All of Aloette during BOGO, people love this. It smells so good. I love to put it on just for the smell. It's very lemony, citrusy. It calms inflammation. It speeds wound healing, speeds up new cell growth. With centilla extract, it has echinacea, which is good for acne and inflammation. Echinacea is good for damaged skin cells. Rosemary, which is an antioxidant. Cucumber for puffiness, dark circles. It's a superfood for the skin. And green tea, which is also anti-inflammatory. Calendula, which is antiseptic, so it's good for acne, also dry skin. Squalene, which you hear a lot about these days. It's very emollient. It can squeeze into the tiniest of skin cells and aid in hydration. And it's not heavy. It helps to seal the skin. And for those of you that can't handle a real retinol, this has a drop of retinol further down the ingredient list. So again, you get your, some of your peptides, your calming agents, and a little mild dose of retinol. So these are 2 good products, and you can cocktail them and mix them together, or you can use one in the morning and one at night. So, kind of just listen to your skin. And then the super serum of all serums is our cocktail. This is a blend of retinol. It's encapsulated retinol, so it's time released, lactic and lactic acid. So it has your lactic acid, your AHA, and then it has your retinol. So it's a marriage of, the super exfoliators for the skin. It plumps, firms. If you've got age spots, if you've got acne scarring, lines and wrinkles, if your skin is a rough texture, if you don't like the tone and texture of your skin, large pores, if you have acne, if you go to the dermatologist with acne, the first thing they try you on is Retin-A. If you go to the dermatologist for lines and wrinkles, the first thing they try you on is Retin-A. And so that's sort of what this is. It's like, it is a super exfoliator. It turns over the skin cells. It helps them speed up and shed, so everything works better. If you are over 40 years old, Dr. Oz, everybody and their brother says you have to be using a retinol treatment. So how do you do that? It's very, very strong. I cannot use this every night. I used to could use retinol products every night, and I've never been able to tolerate straight up Retin-A. But these days I have to sort of sandwich it. And what I love doing is 3 or 4 nights a week, I will put this in my hand and I add a little bit of our Flora Bright, or you could mix it with your night cream, whatever, just to dilute it a little bit so I can use it more nights of the week. But if I don't use this, my rosacea, my mild acne, my pores, everything sort of flares up. So this definitely keeps my skin in check for those reasons. And then my spotting, I know I was talking to someone earlier today, and what I told her is I'm going to start using it on my forehead. I don't mind if I'm a little flaky and peely up there because I can hide it with my hair versus all over, because I'm really trying to bring out some of my age spots. There's one there, there's one there. So I'm trying to get those up to the surface. A spot will get worse before it gets better. It comes to the top of the skin. You'll see more and more of it, and you think, well, this is making my spots worse. Well, it's flipping over those skin cells so it gets closer to the top of the skin quicker. So another way you can get used to this is put this on, leave it on for 5 minutes, and wash it off. A few days later, put it on, leave it on for 10 minutes, wash it off, until you feel like you can get acclimated and you're not having a lot of side effects from it. So you can dilute it with another product. You can put a little night cream on, put this on, and then put something on top of it, the sandwich method, or you can try the removal method by applying it, removing it, applying it, removing it, until you can graduate and your skin gets a little more acclimated to this product. This is the one product that, we all should be using for exfoliation and brightening and evening, but it is so harsh. Some people can't handle retinol or Retin-A derivatives at all. But I think a lot of us could if we learn how to build up to it. So those are our products for exfoliating the skin. If you want your makeup to be beautiful today and always, an exfoliated complexion is always going to be a better makeup look. It's also going to make your lines and wrinkles look a lot less obvious. If you've got hyperpigmentation, spotting, you've got to exfoliate. And so that's going to come in the forms of your washes, your peels, your scrubs, the different masks. You wouldn't think of the Beauty Parfait as being an exfoliating treatment, but it is. It's got papaya in it. So it's an enzyme treatment, very, very gentle, very mild. And then you have your serums, the things that you leave on overnight and sleep in. So there are a lot of different ways to exfoliate your skin. I want you to try to, move away from the things that are so gritty and harsh on the skin that they literally hurt. And you want to, learn to exfoliate your skin in a healthier way. So you can get what we call the aloe glow. And so your skin looks beautiful. I get more compliments on my skin today than I've ever gotten on my skin in my life. And, I have all of these products. Do you need them all? Absolutely not. Pick the ones that work for you. But I think one thing that my skin has benefited from is because I might use these 3 or 4 days in a row, and then I'll go back to my cocktail 2 or 3 times, and then I might leave it off for 2 or 3 days. And then I'm constantly switching up what I'm doing, so I think my skin doesn't get used to any one thing. And I feel like I'm constantly tricking my skin and getting the benefits of all of these really cool ingredients. So don't feel like just because you've gotten a lot of these in the club, BOGO is a great time to try some of these treatments. don't feel like you have to use them all at one time. You sort of want to, use, because some nights I use CD Detox all by itself. Some nights I use the Platinum. Some days I mix them together because I want this to be boosted up with the charcoal powder. And then some days I'll pop in my cleansing oil with it. And so I just constantly am in a rotation with my products. So I feel like I'm getting the best of, the most bang for my buck from all these amazing ingredients and what they all have to offer for my skin. I can't use Muddy Up all over, but I can certainly use it on acne, and I can use it when my pores look a little larger than other times. And, stick shift is not something I use really. My husband and my son does, but I will sometimes pop this on my chin. As we get older, there's this thing called orange peel. And if you've ever done that and noticed your skin looks like an orange peel, it's an old age thing, just in case you didn't know that. And so I'm constantly doing things to make sure my pores, I fill it with Flawless Primer to make sure my chin does not look like old lady orange peel. And so there are a couple of different things we can do there. So I hope that some of these things answered some of your exfoliation questions, how to use some of the products you've had, or maybe to try some of them, during BOGO or when they roll around in the club, how to use them. So let me know if you have any questions or if you have any tips or tricks with your exfoliation process. So have a great week, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.